Do you like my safety glasses? No. Well, might be because they're not safety glasses. Now, you've probably seen me wear these things before. Now, these happen to be my Varionet safety glasses. And these are French, alright? I live in France, so they're easy to get here. Now, they're not the cheapest safety glasses in the world, but also they're not the most expensive. But the reason why I buy these is because they are varifocals, and when you're working on machines for close focus, far away, you bump into less stuff. And when you've got dangerous machines, it's really a good idea to have some safety glasses that prevent you from bumping into stuff. Yeah. Now, I'm quite fortunate, my eyes are equal, alright, so basically I get away with reading glasses. Now, these things, because they're varifocals, I've got 2.5s at the bottom going to pretty much nothing at the top, so close to mid-range, absolutely fantastic. And then if I do go outside, it's still fine, you know. I just generally take them off now. There are some negatives about them. Now, these are my last pair. Now, this is my third pair of these, okay? So, I'll give you that idea. So, I've bought 3 pairs of these. Now, the first pair I had was 1.5 times. These are 2 times, 2 diopters, and these are 2.5 diopter. Now, the flaw with these things were, well, these arms. This bit's good. No problem. I've had no problems with this part at all, except with this one because I accidentally broke it. So I don't know if you can see that on there. I kind of done a little bit of engineering to repair them. So I could, carry on using. I still use these ones, you see. But if you see all this like that, this is all heat shrink I put on. Alright, got some black heat shrink, it's got some green heat shrink. And why I've done that is, if you look at this pair here, with these little grey areas, this rubber goes all sticky and horrible, and it starts falling off, it deteriorates. The plastic bits aren't too bad. They stay put, they stay as they are. They get a bit loose, but this all like breaks away eventually. Within about a year, I'd say, maybe 18 months, and then that starts breaking away and going all gungy and yucky. And I don't know why they get rubberising and stuff, especially if they haven't perfected the rubberisation process. And it's not just stuff like this. I've seen all sorts of stuff that they've rubberised onto like a plastic core, and it just doesn't work. You know, when you see chisels and files and stuff like these rubberised handles, they all go nasty. I don't think I've had one yet that hasn't. I wish I wouldn't do it. I really wish they wouldn't do it. Oh, it feels nice for a very little while. Very short period of time. Now, the other flaw with these is these are new, and these already start getting a little bit loose, if you can see that on these arms. Now, what I will do is, probably what I've done with these ones, I'll probably just put some heat shrink around them, and that just solve that issue. And also solve, once I've got it in the position where I want these to be, they'll stay put then. You can still move them a bit, if you have to, but because you've got all these adjustments, you see, on there. And then you've got this adjustment in and out on the arm there, yeah? The bit that goes over your ear. Well, it'll be that way around, obviously. But it's that wears and that gets looser and looser and looser, so you constantly have to adjust it on your head, and it's quite annoying. So once you put them on, you got them exactly where you want them to be. What I would do is, I'll do the same as what I've done on these ones. I'll put a bit of heat shrink around it, and that, it should stay put then. So they're great. They're great things, and apart from these really niggly problems, which could be easily solved, and they must know it's a problem. They must know it's a problem. How can they not? Every single pair of these have had the same problem. There's 3 pairs now, all had the same problem. But, I haven't found anything that I can get hold of that's better. And it's really annoying when you've got a constant list. For instance, if you're using just ready specs or something like that, not these ones, but, you're constantly doing this and doing that and that. I feel like Chuck Schumer, Yeah, like that. I don't want to go around like that in the workshop, because sometimes you want to have the actual safety specs on. That'd be the time you get something in your eye. So anyway, I do recommend them, but just bear in mind you might need to replace the arms, and you can buy replacements. Maybe that's why they don't have to do anything about it. Maybe. And there's about £10 for a new set of arms, so inexpensive and too bad. And the full retail price of these are around €50. I always wait until the sales are on, because you can usually wait unless you're buying it for the first time. And I usually pay around €30 for a pair of these safety specs. And like I say, they're varifocals. So the magnification at the top is pretty much 0, leading down to whatever diopter you choose at the bottom. brilliant. They really are brilliant. And I tend to leave these on, even when I'm working on the computer, for obvious reasons, keyboards, screens and stuff. It just works really good, because it's variable, you see. Anyway, I hope you like my my ready specs, my safety specs. Oh yeah, do you notice my little ear things as well? You know, I know I've got this around my neck as well, but if you look at it, I'll show these ones, but yeah, better. Can you see these little things here? They're extra. These little things, I buy these from China, and they just hook them on your ears, because when you're doing anything like, working in the workshop, you're always looking down, you're looking up, looking down, and then at times they just fall off. So with those, they don't, and I got a strap on this time, just in case, because I knew I didn't want to scratch them. Anyway, they're my little ready specs, my safety specs. They are. Ooh.